Welcome to Science Store online classes.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
Yes, that angle where in physics we are going to use. The angle is the quantity of mathematics, right? For example, I am going to tell, okay, a bicycle rider is moving in a circular path, okay? What is his velocity? What is the angle he has used? A fan is rotating, right? What is the angle it has rotated? A wheel is rotating. What is the angle total it has covered? Like this are all things we are going to discuss in physics. For that, angle is necessary. And what we have is, already we have a formula. This is a circumference, L we are going to write down. L is equal to r theta. This is the equation. That is, r is nothing but the radius. Okay. Now, if I consider a right angle triangle, no, in this way, okay, so it is a right angle, here it is angle, some angle it is made, means what is the variation of this line? I will write down it as x, I will write down it as y, I will write down it as z. So we have three ratios, that is sine theta, okay, and cosine and tangent, okay, which will tell us the ratios actually, okay. And where we are using, why we are using, if suppose if I reduce this line, okay, so if I reduce this line, see this is this much, I will erase once again, I will reduce it little, it is in this much, okay. If suppose at the last if I reduce means x and y is on together parallel, no. If I increase little bit increase means x is made some angle theta to z, no, this is y I have considered, this is z, no. I will give you example in physics where and all this kind of things we are using, so that this sine theta, cos theta and tangent we are using in physics. Now if suppose consider a scenario in such a way that, okay, here some wheel is attached to this rod, imagine this is a rod. Now again one more rod is there in this way, some wheel is attached here, we will call it as a pulley, a wheel, smoothly moving wheel. Now one object is there like this, okay. Somewhere here one person is standing, a thread is tied to that object, okay. Somewhere this person is standing here and a thread is tied to this object, okay. It is like this, at the corner one object is there at the board, I am going to pull it in this way, okay, and one person is going to pull in it this way. Where it will move? Where it will move? Okay. If this person is not at all pulling this just moves in this direction, no? I will name it as person A and person B. If suppose person A is not going to pull that object, okay, B is going to pull means this will move in this direction, no? If suppose both are moving, both are pulling that object with the same force, what is going to happen? This object little bit moves here, again little more force, it moves here, again little more force, it moves here, it moves in this direction. So finally it will stand at this position, no, it was moving in this way and the same way like this, right? Yes, means what is the actually direction of the object which has moved for the application of force? That is in this direction, no? That is physics. So mathematical things, so how much height it has moved, how much x direction it has moved, that we are going to find out. That we are going to find out using the ratios. Okay. trigonometry ratios also I can say. Actually we are using tangent. Before that tangent is the combination of sine and cosine itself. Okay, actually this is we are using tangent, that is tan theta. So I will tell you the definition of sine theta. Sine theta means sine of the angle, which is actually the ratio of the opposite side to that of the hypotenuse. Now this is theta, this is the opposite side, opposite side to the angle. This we will call a parallel, I can say adjacent side, adjacent side, and this is hypotenuse of the triangle. Now sine theta is nothing but opposite side divided by hypotenuse. I can write down as I have given the name here, y divided by z I can write down. This I will name it as z. Similarly, what is the definition of cosine? Or we will write down cos theta, that is adjacent divided by hypotenuse. Cos theta means which will tells the variation of x axis, because we are x axis we are writing. Sin theta means it will says the variation of the height or y axis. No, that is nothing but according to this I can write down x divided by z. No, and tangent, tan theta is nothing but ratio of sin theta to that of the cos theta, right? Sin theta to that of the cos theta, so that I can write down opposite divided by adjacent like this. This is actually direction. The tan theta is actually in physics we are going to take it as direction. If suppose I said one example, the person is pulling the object in this direction, another person is pulling the object in the vertical direction. So what is going to happen? The object is moving in exactly in this direction. I will say this is 45 degree. No, so we can say that that object is moved in the direction 45 degree to x axis. No, like that in physics we are going to use. So this is what the applications of mathematical tools of physics we are actually using in mathematical tools of physics, the mathematical tools we are using in physics actually, so which is helpful for us. So now you might have understood in a brief manner actually. So again when the chapter comes we are going to implement it. These are the formulas what I said, these are the some examples I said, we are exactly implementing it in the upcoming chapters whatever we have to discuss. So there you will get an exact picture and where and all we can apply. As of now you just remember that this is a sin theta, cos theta and tan theta like that, and this is the angle. This much is sufficient for you. This is actually the mathematical steps, the mathematical things we are going to use for physics, for different applications, like that it is. Next you might have heard about graph. No, in mathematics we are using graphs actually. So what do you mean by graph? So what actually graph it is? Where and all we are using graph? Mathematics we will write down y axis variation with respect to x axis. I will tell you one thing, in graph that is x axis will be in this way, y axis will be in this way. I am going to write down an equation y is equal to mx plus c. No, right? Yes, I'll take it as 0, or I will give you equation that is y is equal to 3x. And how I can draw the graph? In this way we are going to draw the graph x and y. We are goes on giving the value for x 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is 3x, so it is 0, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 in this way, right? And after that we are going to write down the graph in this way. X is 0 means 0, y 1 means it is 3, and 2 means it is 6. Okay, like that we will mark and we will get a graph, no? What, that is mathematics. Mathematically you have drawn the graph. Now what is actually it is? It is actually the variation of y-axis with respect to x, you know. As x-axis varies, y-axis is going to vary. As x-axis is going to vary, y-axis is going to vary. That is the graph. Okay. So the variation of x-axis with respect to y-axis. Okay. Variation of x with respect to y or vice versa. Just listen this. Okay, no need to you might have writing this by looking at the video, but just first listen. Okay, after that again you can write down. Okay, so be in a place where disturbance free place. If any disturbances, they move away from the disturbances and sit and listen in a proper manner. Okay, first. So this is variation. I was talking about graph, no? So variation of x-axis with respect to y-axis, and where we are using in physics. Okay, I'll erase this. Where we are using in physics graph. I wrote the equation y is equal to mx plus c is the equation for a straight line, and we are going to where m is called slope and c is called intercept. No, if c is 0 means you are going to get a graph in this way. Okay, this is y-axis, this is x-axis, graph is in this way. Okay, what is m? M is nothing but y divided by x. No, m, keep it here itself, x you will bring here, it will becomes y by x, and that we will call it as slope. That we will call it as slope. How slopey this line is? Okay, simple. Okay, how much it is tilted than that of x-axis. Earlier I said in a right angle triangle, this line if I keep it on the x-axis means angle is 0. Now I am going to increase the angle 10 degree, 20 degree, 30 degree, 40 degree, 45 degree, exactly middle, 50 degree, 60 degree, 70, 80, 90. Now if 90 degree means on the y-axis. If it is in between means somewhere here, means some slope is there, no? What is that some slope? The slope is nothing but y by x. How to find out that in physics? So this is x1, this is x2, and this point is x3, and this point is x4. Similarly, this point is y1. Why it is x1, x2, x3? Why it is y1, y2, y3? I can write down 1, 2, 3, 4 also. Okay, no problem. Generally, I am going to write down x1, x2, x3, x4 like that. Generally, I am going to write down y1, y2, y3, y4 like that. Okay. So in the y-axis also this is y2, y3, y4, isn't it? Slope means now I am going to erase these lines. Okay. So we are going to write down a triangle like this. We are going to write down a triangle like this. Suppose I have written a triangle like this. So this variation is y, no? And this variation is x. You are getting? 0, x1, this is x, no? So slope of this line I can write down. Okay. What is this distance? See, if graph is there like this, if I write down 1, 2, 3, 4, what is this distance? 3 minus 2. No, there is 1. What is this distance? 2 minus 1, there is 1. What is this distance? This point to this point, that is 4 minus 3, that is 1. Similarly, in general way, this distance will be x2 minus x1. Y distance will be y2 minus y1. Why I have written in this way? Because slope is nothing but y by x. Y by x. So this is the thing. Same way we have written, this is the general formula here. By adding these steps we are actually writing. That is what slope is. So when object is moving, I will give you an example now. Okay. So the same thing I am going to write down in a graph somewhere here. Now a car is there. Okay. Okay. Now time is 0. I will start the time. Okay, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, like that. Okay, this car is moving. How many kilometers? 10 kilometers, 20 kilometers, 30 kilometers, 40 kilometers. Say for example, it is 100 kilometers, 200 kilometers, 300 kilometers, like that. So what we are going to take? Here we are going to take time. Okay, 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hours, 4 hours, like that. So in 1 hour, how many kilometers it is going to move? 100 kilometers, 200 kilometers. It is moving in 1 hour 100 kilometers. Next 1 hour 100 kilometers. Next 1 hour 100 kilometers. One more 1 hour 100 kilometers. So first from the starting it is moving 100, 200, like that. So graph will be like this, no? For that car, time with respect to time, this distances. So like that we are using in physics. So in a chapter called motion in a straight line, for you in that we have to study this in detail. Okay. Now as of now you just remember slope is nothing but in graph slope we are going to get, and slope is nothing but variation of one axis with respect to another axis. What is that? Slope is nothing but variation of one axis with respect to another axis. It may be x with respect to y, or it may be y with respect to x. That is the thing. That is slope. So briefly I am going to refresh once again what we have studied. First we said that is trigonometry. One angle is there. Angle we are going to consider. Most of the time object is moving means what is the angle it has moved, that we are going to consider. That is physics mathematical term, angle. And trigonometry, that is ratios we will say. Okay, ratios of x axis, y axis. Okay, sine, theta, cosine and tangent. Okay, that we will say. That usually tangent we will write down using for using direction. Okay, like that. One example I gave you, that pulling object. Okay, or you can make out, or else one more example also I can give. Okay, say for example, now car is these are the two roads in this way, rectangular arranged. One car is coming in this direction. Okay, imagine one car is coming in this direction very fast. Now you are driving in this direction, no? Or you are in a motorcycle, you are driving in this direction. Now as soon as you will reach here, if suppose, okay, this car will strikes this motorcycle, okay, where it may move, okay, this force and this force, so they are moving in this direction. Okay, like that it may move. There are possibilities are there, like that. So such directions, not always in this direction, it is depends on the velocity, it may move in this direction also, but if suppose it is moved in the direction, what is the angle, like that and all we can find out. Okay, that is what the importance of angle we want in physics. Okay, this is small things I wanted to tell about mathematical tools. Okay, once again when we are going to discuss about the chapters, we will go through it, don't worry, because these are the simple things first we are going to study. Okay, when the exact first chapter onwards we are going to begin exactly once again I am going to repeat all those things. Okay, so if you want any clarification, go through the video once again. Otherwise, don't worry, when the exact chapter starts, that is first chapter, we are going to begin with motion in a straight line. Again, I am going to repeat. Okay, so this is the thing. So that is physics. Okay, mathematical tools of physics. So again, I will tell you that mathematics is the language of physics. Mathematics is important for us. No, simple thing. Okay, means anything we have to express means some formula. On formula we can say like that it is. Okay, so we were telling about physics, no, how it is developed, and what all things happen in the history, how scientists developed all those things. So if I consider a time axis where we are today, okay, so we are in 2020 like this, no, we are here, but it was 0 year and we will call it is AD and this is BC, no. Okay, the time axis starts like this, no, it is 1000, okay, 2000 or 100, 200, 300, okay, 1000, okay, 1500. Now we are in 2020 AD. It was again 1000, 2000, or I will write down it as 100, 200, 300 like this. But when actually physics and science development took place, there may be before than this, but the records what we having, it is exactly nearly 600 BC. Okay, yes, so this is time axis. We are today, now here, no, 2020. Okay, but science, I was talking about science, like people were curious about the nature first. Before than this technology, all those things before, okay, people were actually more curious about the nature is because of the, it's because of sky, all those things, eclipses where they were seeing, and alternate day and night, it happening, all those things. And we have technology today, we have satellites today, we have all the things, but people, before like BC, 600 BC and all, if they see outside means also they were, it seems for them also, okay, that sun is moving, no, you today also observe means you feel that sun is moving. Actually what it is, sun is not moving, sun is in the stationary position of the solar system and earth is moving, no. So earlier discussion, when the reasoning I said, that is people started questioning the processes of the earth or processes of the nature, what it is happening, they first were telling about whether earth is moving around the sun or sun is moving around the earth, like that questions they started to ask. There were two systems of explanation. One we will call it is heliocentric system. Okay, so Helios means sun, so Greek word, so heliocentric system, and next geocentric system. So what is that heliocentric system? Heliocentric means sun is the center and other planets are revolving around the sun. Geocentric system means earth is the center and other planets are sun and all, sun is revolving around the earth, like that it was. But they didn't do any practical experiments as it seems for them, they told. So at the first year, at 600 BC, Ptolemy told about geocentric system, because that time they were like, earth is a center. Okay, so because there were no technology or no reasoning, proper experiments were not there, and they told, but it was not actually proper, and that time after that much development not took place, okay, till here. It was discussion whether it is heliocentric, geocentric, like that. But when exactly it comes here after BC, here we will come In 1500 we got a scientist, that is a physicist, that is nothing but Galileo. Okay, and in 1500 like that, 1540 like that, we got Copernicus. These people, Copernicus is the first who told that heliocentric system, sun is the center and other planets are revolving around the sun. So that was a discussion, because there were no proper experiment, no. But later advance took place. Galileo discovered a telescope. Telescope, you know, the distance object we can see. So if you are watching cricket match, you might have seen the big lens and all. People are taking the photographs. That is a small telescope itself. Okay. To see the planet, we have a large lens, a large set of telescopes are there. Okay, like that. Okay. So in 15th century, Galileo discovered telescope, and after that physics is developed little bit, and at 1600 we got one more genius scientist or physicist in our physics, is nothing but Sir Isaac Newton. Okay, he made the revolution. He gave in every field Newton as his work. You study about laws of motion, Newton has given his work. You study about gravitational force, Newton has given his law. You study about heat and thermodynamics, how the heat transfers to the surrounding, Newton has given his law. In every time, everywhere, Newton has given his law. He is a genius person, and so that more development took place here. And after that, what happened? We got in the 19th century, in 1900 or 2000, 1900, okay, 1920. In this time, we got one more genius, is nothing but Einstein. Okay, and he got lot of theories, and after that here modern physics started. At the beginning I told, right, modern physics and classical mechanics. This is the time classical mechanics is developed, and this is the time modern physics is developed, and we are today dealing with modern physics. We have a lot of technology. No, now if I ask whether it is heliocentric system or sun is the center or earth is the center, means what you are going to ask? You will Google it and you will find out. No. But it was not like that earlier. Earlier, the thing is that they have to observe the nature, they have to observe the earth, and after that they have to do the experiment. After that they have to say. And you can't verify also. Now you can verify. How you can verify? You will send a satellite through the rocket, it will go outside the earth and it will observe, and it will send you to the images today, no? That is what the technology we are having, and we are living in a 2020 this time, no? That is the thing. Okay, that is how the technology is developed, or science or physics is developed. So next what we are going to do is, we are talking about the exact chapters. Okay, till now what we have studied is just the introduction to physics. Okay, till from the beginning, maybe how the science is developed, what physics is, and what is the mathematical little bit formulas we are using for physics, that we have studied. So next we are going to talk about physical world. That is the next chapter. Okay, that we are going to deal with.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.